Hello and welcome to another episode of the Good Boxing Podcast with your host Josh Size, and I'm gonna jump right into this episode. This weekend we had a tremendous weekend of fights. We had the WBC regular champion Devin Haney take on Jojo Diaz in a very vaunted and sought after fight at 135 pounds. Um, the day after, you had Gervonta Tank Davis, another headline star at 135 pounds, fighting against a very formidable Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Now, to talk about their performances, Devin Haney does what Devin Haney does. He's a sniper. He moves around, very intelligent, very measured, very, in my opinion, supreme boxer. I know he did show some moments of fragility versus Jojo Diaz. I feel someone with a little more power and someone naturally 135 pounds probably could have given him a little more of a test. But Jojo Diaz did give a formidable effort. He came forward. He did tag Devin, but you saw the pedigree of Jojo Diaz. You saw the Olympic background. You saw very high level boxing IQ. However, size makes a difference. And when you're moving up to 135 pounds, when you are a 130 pounder, I just don't see how anyone really thought Jojo would be able to pull off the fight. I think Devin was too long, too strong, too fast, too slick for Jojo to beat him. And what bothers me the most is when you compare this performance to, let's say, Tio versus George Kambosos or a Isaac Pitbull Cruz versus Tank Davis, you saw natural 135 pounders square off, and then you saw a very good 135 pounder take on a great 130 pounder. And I just don't think Jojo had the firepower to beat Devin. He tried to walk him down. He did a good job, but at the end of the day, he just really couldn't do much with Devin Haney. And testament to Devin Haney for dealing with a very experienced and strong opponent, but I just don't think this performance was championship level worth in my opinion. And again, my opinion doesn't mean much. I'm just giving you based off what I saw. I think it was a complete shutout. I had it wider than the judges had it. I think Jojo isn't a scrub by any means. I just think he needs to go down to 130 and be disciplined, make the weight, because at 130, no one's beating Jojo Diaz. I'm sorry, nobody could touch him at 130. 135, now he's just going to be, in my opinion, a barometer. He's going to fight Ryan Garcia probably because Golden Boy is trying to get out of that whole mess, and clearly they don't really have anyone else. So I feel bad for Jojo because now he is going to just be a gatekeeper essentially. He beats Javier Fortuna, sets the world ablaze by shocking Javier Fortuna, and then now loses to Devin Haney. Now, what does Jojo do? Do you want to see Ryan Garcia versus Jojo? I don't. But this is about Devin Haney. Now, Devin Haney did what he had to do. Then you had George Kambosos show up to the fight. You had to hear his whole, oh, the customado, throw the hardest right hand. I took Tio's soul. Devin Haney is going to beat you if you fight Devin Haney. So I don't like to make prognostications like this early. He beat Tio, fine. But I'm letting you know right now, Devin Haney is going to beat you. Tank Davis is going to beat you. So enjoy your time. Shit, even Ryan Garcia would beat George Kambosos. I don't understand how everyone thinks this guy is going to reign. He's not. Devin Haney is going to out sharpshoot you the whole night. You have no power. So good luck chasing Devin Haney. You're not going to hurt Devin Haney. Shit, you barely hurt Tio. You caught him off balance and hit him. So, like, stop making it seem like you're this killer. You're not. And Gervonta Tank Davis, you try to pull what you pull. with the other guys, Gervonta's going to knock you out. So say what you want to say, whatever. But Devin Haney, bravo. You did what you had to do. I just hope one of these guys fights George Kambosos and just gets rid of him, because for as much as Teal was very annoying, he was honest with his pompous nature. To me, nothing's worse than a humble bragger, someone that makes it seem like they're this humble, oh, everyone's respected, oh, I respect everyone. To me, that's worse than talking shit, because at least if you're talking shit, you mean it. George Kambosos is a pompous prick, in my opinion, and he comes across that way. And that's just my opinion. Again, who cares? But I hope he enjoys his time in the sun. He deserved it. He beat a very formidable opponent. But Devin Haney's not going to come in emotional. He's just going to beat you. He'll skill you for 12 rounds. Gervonta Tank Davis can outbox you. He can knock you out as well. And I just don't see George Kambosos dealing with that. But onto the Isaac Cruz versus Gervonta Davis. I think this fight was very good. I think out of all the guys that fought in the last 2 weeks, Tio, Tank, and Devin, this might have been the hardest test, in my opinion. Isaac Cruz came with a very good game plan. He showed that he's a very tough opponent. He showed tremendous heart and chin and just ferocity. I mean, Isaac Cruz was not afraid to bang with Tank Davis. So when you have that mentality, I don't know what to tell you. I know Tank said his hand was hurt. I believe him because he did stop throwing the left. But regardless, Tank Davis still has tremendous power. He has a great right hook, great jab, great boxing ability, and defensively, he's very underrated. What I did like from Isaac Cruz was his ability to use the right hook to the body. I like the way he was moving right, hitting him with the right hand to the body. And then when Tank, hedged the body shot, he went over the top and tried to land something to the head. I did see Tank get hurt a little bit, but for the most part, I feel Tank did a good job. And yeah, it was a close fight. I was pulling for Cruz. I'm just glad he was able to show that he is a formidable opponent and would give anybody in 100 at the 135-pound division a problem. He beats George Kambosos for damn sure. Devin Haney, I think Haney would move. He won't look great the whole time. He may make it a snore fest, but he'll win the fight. But yeah, I think Gervonta definitely won 7-5. If you had it 6-6 or maybe one round for Cruz, it's not the end of the world. But no robbery took place. Again, robberies only happen when you have someone clearly winning 10-2, maybe even 9-3, and then they reverse the scores. But if you have one or two rounds swinging, fine. Live, I could also see Isaac Cruz maybe being a little closer, because he was swinging for the fences and they were throwing some hard shots and somebody going forward, putting pressure. He may have not landed all his shots, but could have been an issue. But yeah, I think the fights this weekend were really good. I think both guys beat George Kambosos. The guy needs to make a decision. I know he's waiting for the Loma fight. I know he's going on his media tour. Enjoy it, because Loma, Tank, Richard Comey, if he does beat Loma, which is a very real possibility. I think Isaac Cruz, I think Devin Haney would all beat George Kambosos. So I'm not going to sit here and trash Devin Haney for not looking the best, but look, you're in there with an Olympian. You're in there with a very formidable, well-seasoned fighter, and Devin Haney's 23 years old. He's still developing. Gervonta Tank Davis, in my opinion, showed tremendous poise, showed really good boxing ability, and he showed he's a dog. He showed that he can bang even when hurt. Even if not, Zach Cruz is no fucking joke. And I'm glad this fight showed that. So yeah, that's the episode for today. Let me know what you guys think. I think regardless, whoever George Kambosos fights, those belts aren't staying with George Kambosos. So you could quote me on that. You could say whatever you want, but George Kambosos doesn't hit hard, doesn't have supreme boxing IQ, and he's going to get outboxed by any of these guys or knocked out. So yeah, that's the episode for today. I got nothing much else to say. Be well.